Hi, I'm Bami Boneye, founder of the Bami Boneye Research Foundation. I don't know if you can hear right now, but it's been storming all day. The perfect weather to read a spooky story to. Here's a cautionary tale to give you goosebumps. I hate the sound of my parents' laughter. They're so dorky and embarrassing, I could just die. I can't even have a bowl of cereal before school without them completely embarrassing me. My dad actually laughed so hard he snorted like a pig. And that made my mom start braying like a donkey. Do you always have to laugh like that? I asked. But they didn't listen to me. They never listened to me. They're such goofballs. Lighten up, Jesse, my dad demanded. It's a funny story if you listened. Maybe I wouldn't have to listen if you two took your parenting duties more seriously. Okay, now what is that even supposed to mean? My mom asked. I'm just saying that you two had 100 years to be goofy losers before deciding to become parents. Why should I suffer? How exactly is our laughter affecting you so tragically? The sounds are erratic, mother. Honk honk. That's the bus, Jesse, my dad said quietly. Don't miss it. School is so lame. I don't need some farty 40-year-old man teaching me about trench foot in World War II. Like, if I found and renovated an abandoned, dilapidated house into a livable home, I'd have a legal case for squatters' rights. With property, I could emancipate myself from my parents. Why aren't they teaching me about that? Also, the girls in this town have no fashion sense. It's so pathetic. I rush out of useless world history so I can meet my BFF Kinsey. She's practically the only exception to lameness in this town. She's super stylish and smart because her older brother is a homo in New York City. I wish I had a homo older brother. Anyways, Kinsey and I sat together at lunch, not eating, even though it was stuffed crust pizza day in the cafeteria, and ragging on Marty Joint for his snotty nose during history. Oh my god, Kinsey said. Marisa is coming over here. Marisa Tomei is my mortal enemy. She's always competing with me. Last year, the school put on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. I tried out for the lead, and of course, I was cast. Then Marissa ran her fat mouth to her mom about how unfair it was to cast a boy as Juliet, even though I was the prettiest and showed the most vulnerability in the audition process. Boys played girls all the time in Shakespeare times, FYI. Then her mom went to the school board and the Christian groups. So I sought out the queers because, as we know, my parents are useless goofballs. Anyway, it got super heated. Eventually, Miss Spornak decided to cancel Romeo and Juliet and mount the pajama game to avoid controversy. Hi, Jessie, nice outfit, Marissa said with a smirk. My oldest sister has the same blouse. Thanks, Marissa. She bought it 4 years ago. Oh, back when she wasn't stupid like you? Calm down, sis, Marissa chided. Her satellite friends giggled. They thought they were so classy because they covered their mouths when they laughed. We just wanted to know what you were doing after the game tonight. I grinned triumphantly. Oh, well, I could have been rehearsing as Juliet, but you and your Christian mommy ruined that for me. Kinsey laughed, as she should. You couldn't be Juliet, Jessie. I earned that role. Whatever. That was last year. Look, we're breaking into the empty house on Elm Street tonight. It's haunted. I scoffed. I don't believe in ghosts. Or God. Then prove it, unless you're too chicken. Marissa smirked before walking away. After lunch, school should just end. Teachers get so rude. They don't want to be there either, so they're just mean to us. Thank God I had study hall with Jake. He's the quarterback, so everyone loves him. I think he likes me because I tell it like it is. Hey, Jake, what are you doing after the game?
I think the guys want to go party on Jerry's farm. His parents don't care what we do unless we lose. Then we can't be too loud.
Marisa invited me to some ghost house.
The empty house on Elm Street?
Yeah, probably. Why?
You never heard the legend?
Legends are stupid. I prefer fashion. Are you going to come?
Nah, I'd rather party than deal with that spooky shit. And you should too.
Oh, I know. But Marisa challenged me publicly, and it'd be a total chicken shit lame-o if I let her get away with it. I made him laugh so loud that the librarian had to shush us. Kinsey and I snuck out of the game early to meet Marisa and her boring friends. Why didn't Marisa like me? She's so cool, and I'm much cooler than her friends. They suck. The empty house on Elm Street was overgrown with weeds. The roof had caved in long ago. The windows and doors were boarded up, and names were spray painted across the dirty exterior. This is so gross, Marisa. I'm gonna get pneumonia or something from black mold if I go in there. In the 1950s, a boy our age named Joey Ghostberg disappeared. The parents and the police searched and searched, but he was never found again. The mom totally lost her marbles, and she started trying to lure neighborhood kids inside, as if she was trying to replace her son. So all this is for poor little Joey Ghostberg? No, even after the mother's death, kids continue to report a woman in vintage clothes trying to lure them into the house. Every decade since, at least one kid has gone missing, taken by the ghost mom. The names on the house are the kids that went missing in there. I read the names, but I didn't actually believe Marissa's story. Okay, so what are the terms of the deal? I asked. I want to get this over with. Jake's probably waiting for me. Well, then he's going to be waiting for all eternity. You're going to go in there for 10 minutes. 5 minutes. Fine, 5 minutes. And you're going to go in for 5 minutes. No way. Yes way. You can't challenge me to do something you won't do. That's beyond boogerish. Are you kidding me? Okay, 5 minutes. We'll go in together. Fine, it'll be quicker. By the way, I'm not scared. I'm not either. Oh, you so are. We climbed onto the porch and approached the boarded up front door. Are we so dense that no one brought a hammer? I asked. Shut up, Jesse, just try it. Gross. I already needed hand sanitizer. To Marissa's credit, the boards came off surprisingly easy. The door flung open on its own, and I'll admit I felt a chill staring into that dark, empty house. Marisa turned on her flashlight, and I wasn't reassured. It was dirty, dusty, and decrepit, ravaged by time, weather, and vandalization. Used needles littered the dirty floor. Marisa and I stepped inside and wandered into the foyer. The door slammed shut. Marisa and I ran to the door, but it wouldn't open. We screamed, and I heard Kinsey screaming back from the other side. We began banging on the door, and Marisa dropped her flashlight, leaving us in darkness. Suddenly, the lights came on and a retro song started to play from another room. I looked around and the house was transformed. It was vintage, but when vintage was modern. I shuddered, taking in my new kitschy surroundings. Oh, fuck, I whimpered. We're totally inside Joey Ghostberg's house. Marisa was so scared she was crying. My heart dropped when I noticed the photos on the wall. Me at 3 years old, a woman holding a twin boy and girl, Marisa at 8 years old. Both of us in matching little sailor outfits. not Joey Ghostberg's house, Marisa. It's our house now. For some reason, Marisa started following the music. Marisa, what is your malfunction? I asked, but she didn't respond. I didn't know if it was hypnosis or what, but I pounded on that front door as hard as I could, desperate to make my escape. The ghost mom already had one Joey with Marisa. She didn't need me. Darling, you're home, I heard a woman say after Marisa entered the room. I snuck over to the doorway and peeked inside. And what is your name, sweetheart? Marisa Tomei, but it's spelled with an I. Oh my, absolutely. But these clothes, my darling, I swear you children have the most misguided sense on how to style yourselves. Now, where is your brother? I got 3 brothers, Mikey, Mossy, and Marco. Oh, you. The ghost mom's eyes looked directly at me. I gasped and stumbled back. Darling, there you are. Are you feeling shy? No, I'm not feeling shy, you wacko ghost, I said. I'm feeling freaked out, and I want to go home now. I'm feeling freaked out, and I want to go home now. That attitude. The music stopped. The room ran cold. I will not accept such impudent behavior, young man. Before I could blink, the ghost mom had crossed the room. She grabbed me by the arm and pulled me upstairs. Her grip was so cold I literally screamed when she touched me. The longer she touched me, the more it burned. It burned like holding frozen metal. And I didn't even realize I was still screaming until my vocal cords cracked. She pulled me into a pretty pink bathroom and sat me on the toilet. Naughty boy, she said, turning on the water and running a bar of soap under it. Look, lady, I'm warning you, if you think you're gonna... She plunged the bar of soap into my mouth, scrubbing my tongue despite my fight against her. When she was done washing out my mouth, she let me collapse and stepped back as I barfed up the soap. When you are ready to behave yourself like a good boy, you will change and join your sister and myself downstairs for your homecoming celebration. I just glared at her until she was gone. Then, I washed my face and primped in the mirror before going into the hallway. A door at the end of the hall opened, and I assumed it was for me. In the pictures on the wall, I was wearing a gross baseball uniform. Number 17? Number 17? The walls were blue with a stupid, tacky baseball motif. Baseball? Team sports? I don't know if you can tell, but I don't play well with others. The clothes made me angry, but I changed into them anyway. I just didn't want the ghost mom to punish me again. Even though I looked like a total goober. Jesse, Marisa, dinner, the ghost mom called. I walked out of the room. At the same time, Marisa walked out of her room, dressed like a dork in pigtails with a frilly pink dress. You look so dumb. I couldn't help but laugh. Shut up, Jesse. You're so obnoxious. This is serious. Yeah, well, you're the one who walked into the living room. What was that about? The ghost obviously hypnotized me, moron. But I'm back now, okay? We can't live like this, Jesse. And I'm so sorry for daring you to come to this stupid house. It's just, I wanted to scare you or like tease you or something because you're always so nonplussed and you're so cool and you never care. But I want to be friends with you and we're not friends and I hate it, alright? You think I'm cool? Of course I do, Jesse. And I think you would have made a really good Juliet. Thank you, I know. And Marisa, you are the only bitch in this entire town who I genuinely, truly acknowledge. You're such an asshole, Jesse. Hold me. Marisa and I hugged and sobbed at our miserable situation. Suddenly, a chill ran through me, and I felt the cold, still embrace of death wrap around us. My babies, the ghost mom whispered to us. I made a sound like this. And Marisa just started screaming and screaming and shoving. The ghost mom tried to calm her down, but that only made it worse. Don't touch me, lady! Don't touch me, lady! You have no business touching me, lady! I could have used the distraction to... I could have used the distraction to run down the stairs and out the front door. But I couldn't, because I liked Marisa now. Besides, they were blocking the stairs. I did try to push the ghost mom down the stairs, but she grabbed me by the ear. She grabbed Marisa by her ear, too, and pulled us down the stairs. Never in all my years have I encountered such impudent, insolent, and foul-mouthed brats. You will sit down to dinner, and you will behave like good children ought to. Lady, Marisa said, I don't know who you think you're dealing with, but we're 90s kids over here. Yeah, we're millennials. What is that? And you're just some stupid old boomer. Yeah, boomer. Boomer, boomer, boomer. Quiet! Look, lady, you're not cut out to control us. We're liberated. We go to the mall. The where? And this boy over here? He's gay. He's a gay kid. All children should be happy and gay. No, you ignorami, he's the homosexual. Ah, not a homosexual. Yeah, he likes to dress up like a girl. And he tried out for Romeo and Juliet to play Juliet. And I was perfect for the role. Well, I think I would have been better. I think they were trying to do something politically. Shut up, Marisa. You shut up. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it right now. I demand you to stop. Get real, lady. And guess what? Not only am I gay, but she tells me all about menstruation and tampons. That's right. I know all your secrets, and I don't even care. Marisa picked up her plate and threw it at the ghost mom. It made an impact and seemed to hurt her a little bit. Her ghostly powers might have given her a higher pain threshold, but we played video games and understood extreme violence. Marisa kept throwing plates and glasses at her while I ran to the window and pulled down the curtain rod. With my big stick, I laid thrashes upon her. Marisa grabbed a baseball bat. Engraved on it read, For Joey, from Mom and Dad. She swung it over the ghost mom's head. Hey, Jessie, check this out. It says Joey. She hasn't even changed it to your name. This was a genuine artifact from her dead son. She beat the sobbing ghost mom with it. How's that feel, you old ghost freak? The ghost mom's skin did not break, nor did she bleed. But her broken bones contorted her limbs, and she seemed to experience an unparalleled fear that she might heal in this grotesque, distorted way. Wait, stop! I can take you home! I can take you back to your evil 90s dimension, where you're free to be disgusting degenerates who endure homosexuality and celebrate ungodly blood. Please, I think I've learned my lesson. Yes, I think I'm ready to move on, to find my husband and child in heaven. Marisa smirked her usual smirk. As the daughter of a Catholic pastor, I can assure you that you are going to go straight to hell, and you will never see your dead son ever again. And with that, the floor erupted into flames. Grotesque, horrific arms emerged from the fire and pulled the ghost mom's mangled body into the pits of hell. Marisa and I took great joy watching her scream and writhe in unending agony until the flames died, leaving behind only an old envelope. Mine, I said, snatching it up before I even knew what it was. The house began to shake and rattle. The wind began to switch. The house to pitch, and suddenly the hinges started to unhitch. Marissa and I held on to each other, screaming our lungs out. When it was calm, we looked around, and it was the foreclosed, abandoned ghost house from earlier in the night. Marissa and I hugged each other, basking in our shared strength of character. Suddenly, there was a bang at the front door. Had the ghost mom traveled to our dimension? Another bang, and Jake crashed through the door. Kinsey rushed inside, brandishing a tire iron, with the rest of the football team rushing in behind her. Kinsey? I asked. I thought you got sucked into some sort of ghost dimension by evil old predator Lady Ghostberg. So I rallied the football team. Well, fellas, you're too late. We beat the ghost mom and sent her straight to hell.
Then let's party,
Jake cheered. I opened the envelope and found the lost deed to the house. After that night, Jake and his blue-collar contractor dad helped me renovate the empty house on Elm Street, while I sued my parents for emancipation on the grounds of excessive goofiness. Wow, you have to admire Jesse's incontrovertible sense of self. Did you know that people feel most confident after completing goals? It's true. Make a goal for yourself to like this video, leave a complimentary comment, and subscribe to the channel. I promise you'll feel better. I'm Bami Boneye. Goodbye.